I'm Mark Adams, and welcome to episode 44 of Marksmess podcast, where with my daughters Charlotte and Catherine,
Charlotte and Catherine,
we look at the world of geekery using just episode at a time as we do things. This time we're going to be looking later on at Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1, which we got from friends at Christmas, and we've watched the whole season and find out what we think about that. But first of all, how are you doing, dear listener, during this time of lockdown? We here in Northern Ireland are in, as we speak, a lockdown. The girls are off school, and I'm working from home as much as I can in youth work, and I'm trying to do my best.
Is this our first quarantine one?
No, we were in quarantine the last time, but you would think we would do a bit more recording, but I'm finding myself really busy. I'm doing a lot of videos for work and videos for church and recordings here and there.
I'm very busy too with schoolwork.
You have got an awful lot of schoolwork, which and you're doing brilliantly at. And Charlotte hasn't got so much.
I have got none.
But what have you been doing? You've been doing a lot of baking?
Yes, I have. I've been learning important life stuff.
And you're painting by numbers. I am. Not a child's paint by numbers, but an adult, a big one. That's going to take our weeks to do. Hopefully you're safe and your family are safe as well. We aren't going out, so we haven't met with friends or family for a long time.
I can't remember the last time I went somewhere in a car.
Yeah, well, I pop into work once a week and I take Charlotte with me just to check in the building. Yeah, come with us.
It's actually really fun.
Oh, you're only away for an hour.
We're back by 10.
Yeah, come with us. Come with us. You would.
It's worth it because you get to go outside.
Anyway.
You get to play ping pong. You can play ping
pong. And back to the podcast.
Sorry.
We've also been trying to keep ourselves busy. We've had a jigsaw night, we've got a games night, we've got the Buffy night. We're into season 2 now.
Movie night.
We have had movie night every Saturday night. I pick 3 movies that we haven't seen as a family, and the two of you and your mother get 2 votes, where you can vote for 2 movies. And the past few weeks, we have had Raiders of the Lost Ark. What did you think of that?
It was good. It wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad. One of the 80s icons of movies, it wasn't bad. The thing we're discovering is that I remember Raiders going to see it as a 10-year-old back in 1981 and being really excited by it. But the thing is, the pacing is different from movies now. So where you're not quite as excited, you're not quite as into it as me. I think Charlotte was more into it than you were, Catherine. And you found it a wee bit dull at times.
Yeah.
Which is okay. You're allowed to. 2 weeks ago, we watched Back to the Future.
I like that one.
You wanted to watch the second one straight away.
Yeah.
We don't have the second one. I don't think we have the second one.
I thought it was weird.
In what way?
I don't know. It's just...
Okay.
Have you seen... the 2 main characters, the old guy and the...
Marty and Doc?
Yeah, they've done a recreation on Zoom of it.
Yeah, okay, on Zoom?
Yeah,
so this is
Zoom.
recently?
This is like this week recently.
Oh, excellent. I must look out
It's
for
very
that.
good. It's weird because the wee...
Marty?
Boy, yeah, he's like very old now. And the other guy's like very, very old.
He's as old as he would have been. No, maybe even older than that. But did you like seeing the DeLorean? Or Northern Irish triumph of a car?
No, it was just a car.
It was just a car. We're not big into cars. But it was made in Northern Ireland, and it was the guy who made it, DeLorean, used it as a tax write-off. Seemingly, it's a rubbish car. It leaks and isn't very good, but people collect them a lot. I left our car up to the mechanic a year or 2 ago, and there was a DeLorean sitting there. And the mechanic was asked to restore it for this guy who bought it. And I nearly asked, can I sit in it? But I thought that's a bit too cheeky. But I took a few photos around it. And I talked to the mechanic the next time. And he said it was a nightmare to work on. But the parts were easy to get because you bought them all off eBay. Yeah, from around the world. And he was getting paid for it. So, Raiders, Back to the Future. And last Saturday, this will please Ruth and Darren. Last Saturday, we watched The Princess Bride. I've been trying to get these two to watch it for ages. Charlotte, What did you think?
It was alright, but nothing seemed to happen, really.
Nothing happened. Not even...
Yeah, I don't know why, but it just
Inconceivable.
didn't really grip my attention.
Okay, Catherine, you enjoyed it a bit more.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the pirates.
Yes, you're a pirate fan, and we must get the next Pirate of the Caribbean one. We've watched the first one as a family, so we must get that in our circulation of free movies. If you have got ideas of movies that we can watch, we have had other movies in the amount. What was the musical one we watched yesterday? We watched that. I thought it was good. That was good.
I didn't like it.
You're weird. You can let us know which ones you think we should have a go at, modern or older.
Preferably more modern, because we've watched a lot of old ones.
The first thing they
You want
ask
us to
is it black and white?
You wanted us to watch a black and white French one.
I did.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah.
What black and white French one?
I don't know, you just said it's a black and white French one.
Okay, I don't know any black and white French ones or French ones. Was it Les Laurel et Hardy?
No.
I don't know if that's how French works. Anyway, you can contact us by email at
mymarksmess@gmail.com.
on Twitter,
Marksmess podcast without the T.
on our webpage, marksmesspodcasts.blogspot.com, or on our Facebook page.
Marksmess podcasts.
And thank you for those who've been liking us and watching away. I think on Twitter, I've been putting up our sort of scores for the movies on Saturday night. And you can follow us doing that. We're going to have a break now. And when we come back, we'll talk about season 1 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So listen to these promos for some great podcasts that I know I enjoy, and hopefully you will as well.
I don't know. Modern day comics just don't seem to have the magic the older ones did. I wish I could go back to those days. What the? Wait, you're me, but I'm me. How is this possible? I'm you, from the future. What happens to my voice? Oh, well, actually, I kind of was eating peanuts before I came back, and one of them went down the wrong tube. I'm still trying to get it out, actually. Nothing. Well, still, the future must be terrible. I mean, your hair's half burnt off. Oh, well, actually, I tripped and fell over the stove. What about the scar on your face? It's a paper cut. And the eye patch? I was looking through a telescope and accidentally pointed at the sun. Look, I have a reason for being here. I built a time machine so you can go back to the past and check out the comics of yesteryear. I figure you'll either enjoy the good old days or you'll gain an appreciation for the current comics. Maybe both. Can I bring some friends with me? Sure, but only one at a time. Well, there you have it. Join me, Mike Staley, and an assortment of co-hosts as we look over the world of DC Comics from half a century ago in my new monthly podcast, DC 50 Years Ago. Who are you talking to? Don't worry about it. Just check out DC 50 Years Ago on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever it's called, and at dc50yearsago.podomatic.com. Seriously, who are you talking to?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
He's looking at you, kid.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Oh, I've been thinking.
Well, what do you want to do that for?
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
99 years, 100 films. A monthly look at every film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. With your hosts Blaine Dowler and Trey Hooks. Hosted at Bureau42.com.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
I want some more.
Okay, we're back. We're go-
Literally.
In 1997, Josh Whedon started his TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It started years before as an idea in his head where it would subvert the usual thing in a horror movie where the blonde girl would get killed halfway through, and in 1992 he was able to make the movie Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which featured Kirsten Swan in the title role. This was, I actually have it on my shelf, and I tried to watch it a week or two ago, just to see if the girls would like it, and it is really bad. It is really bad. Seemingly Josh Whedon, there were so many changes made. He walked off the set because he couldn't stand to see his creation going like that.
Is that in the movie one?
That's the movie one.
Okay.
And they changed his script even at the end of his script. The school gym burnt down, but it didn't happen in the movie.
Yeah, because we were looking for that part because she always talks about that in the series.
But they changed that. All that, and it was awful. 5 years later, Josh Whedon got to make his script into a TV series. The first season was 12 episodes. There were 7 seasons altogether of 144 episodes. A usual season in America is round about 24 episodes. So this was half a season because it was a mid-season replacement for another show, Shavana or something like that. So what we've done, instead of talk about every episode, what we're going to do is talk about our 3 favourite episodes, and then we're going to talk about our 3 favourite characters. Catherine, do you want to start with your first favourite episode?
Okay, these are in no order. But
that's okay, neither are mine.
My first one is The Pack.
Okay, The Pack, that was the one where these boys...
They went to the zoo and then they got hypnotised by the... Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hyena one.
Right, so what did you think? How did you think about that? Why did you choose that?
As far as I can remember, I liked it. I don't know what else to say about it.
There was a twist at the end.
What was it? Oh yeah, because the guy was evil.
The zookeeper guy.
Yeah, I thought he was evil. He just didn't seem to be.
You're clever that way. You know when people are evil. Charlotte. What is your... if any of these are on your list that somebody else talks about, let us know. Charlotte, what's your first one?
I liked Witch.
Witch. Now, remind me a bit about Witch. Was that the one where
I shall remind you.
Okay.
That was the one where the mother switched bodies with the daughter because the mother wanted to relive her cheerleading fame, but the daughter's body was completely useless at it.
That was quite good. What did you particularly like about it?
It just had a weird vibe to it, and I just liked it.
Yeah, you digged it. There's a lot of these where you have to work out what's happening, and you're getting into detective stories a bit more. Okay, my first one I picked was Welcome to the Hellmouth. Welcome. That was the first one.
What happened in it?
Well, basically it sets everything up. Buffy starts a new school at, where is it?
I have no clue.
Sunnydale.
No, I don't think.
It's not Sunningdale, because that's something in Northern Ireland.
Sunnydale sounds like a farm.
Anyway.
Wait, isn't that the farm in like the B movie or something? It sounds like it. Wait, hold on. Let me
Who knows the farm? Anyway. But it sets up all the characters with her meeting Giles, the Watcher, Xander and Willow, and Cordelia sweeping in and out, and then a mysterious figure in the background at night.
Oh, it's not. It's called Honey Farm.
Okay. So I thought it was a good set.
Should choose something better. Sorry.
I thought it was a good setup for the series to let us know what each character was and what the premise of the whole thing would be. Catherine, what's your next one?
It is Sunnydale High.
What's your next one?
The Puppet Show.
The Puppet Show. I've got that as well. We've got it.
That was probably my favourite one. I liked it.
Right. Tell us about it.
So, there's this guy who has there's like a talent show. He has a ventriloquist dummy who like wants to kill people, but he's trying to kill is it the chosen one, the anointed one,
vampire?
The kid that helps the vampire. He's trying to kill him.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because he thinks Buffy is the kid because she has amazing strength and doohickeys.
She could do hickeys. Excuse me, this is a family podcast.
And whatchamacallit then?
Yeah, I thought it was great because I liked the twist in the middle. I vaguely remember seeing this the first time around.
It kind of reminded me of I can't remember which one, but one of the Goosebumps movie. I think it's the first one.
Oh, yeah.
I have never seen them.
I have seen them in the background and gone like this.
Okay, you're a scaredy cat.
There's like an evil ventriloquist dummy guy who tries to like murder everyone in it.
Okay, but this was good. It was a nice twist that the dummy wasn't an evil possessed thing. It was some guy who was cursed, and he was trying to do good. And I thought it was funny. And one of the things I enjoy about Buffy is the humor. Quite often, I'd laugh out loud.
Yes.
Sorry, is that annoying you?
Yes.
And you can't hear anything. Though we have subtitles usually.
Yeah, we have subtitles after snack time.
Yes.
During.
Well,
After, because snack time we get the snacks, and then after is when we eat the snacks.
but we don't do that anymore. Now we've moved Saturday night to be movie night, and Wednesday night is now Buffy night.
Yeah.
It's all complicated. Right, Charlotte, what is your second one?
Well, the puppet show is my second one.
Well,
but
what's your next one?
I have 4 anyway.
That's okay.
I like the one Nightmares.
Oh, yeah. Remind me about that, because I can't remember.
It was where the chosen child do...
This is the wee child that appears and doesn't do anything.
No, but he's in a coma, and because they're on top of the what do you call it, the mouth?
Hellmouth.
Yeah, that.
Just think of the worst name ever for somewhere to go to.
He's in a coma, so all his nightmares come true, and then other people's nightmares come true. Like, one guy opens up a textbook, and it's all filled with spiders, and then Buffy turns into a vampire. That was her nightmare, and Giles' nightmare was Buffy gets killed.
Buffy's vampire was where their dad was like...
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. And her dad told her...
But I thought it wasn't the chosen child.
No,
guy, it was
I didn't think it was.
It was just some random dude.
Yeah, because that confused me. Because the chosen child doesn't seem to have done anything.
It looked a lot like the chosen child.
Yeah.
Doesn't the chosen child guy have curtains? Hold on, let me check.
I'm pretty sure
Yes, he has. He's got vampire curtains. For when it's daytime, he just closes the curtains.
So he doesn't get sunburned.
So he doesn't get sunburned. My second one is Angel. It's not one where Angel is introduced, but we learn a lot more about. We've learned the fact that Angel is a vampire, but he's got a soul, so he's a good vampire. What did you think about that one?
I thought it was interesting. You learned different stuff.
Yeah.
Same.
The same, just the same. Is that it? Just the same.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was more of a building up to something.
Oh yeah, it's a world building episode.
Yeah.
What we call that in the technical stuff and stuff. Catherine, have you got a third one?
Out of mind, out of sight.
I had that one as my last one as well.
All right. So tell me about that. Remember that.
It's hold on, let me think for a minute.
Don't we swear?
No. Oh yeah, it's about the girl who turned invisible and tried to kill Cordelia.
She was like one of Cordelia's friends, and then people kind of just were ignoring her. Like, she would suggest a really good idea, and then Cordelia was just like, "Hey guys, why don't we do this?" And it was her idea.
Also, in some book thingy that they all have, that thing.
Yeah.
Everyone wrote the same thing. It's like "Have a nice summer" or something.
Oh yeah, they've got yearbooks, which is a thing, and you just write the same thing for people you don't know.
Yeah. I also remember she played the flute.
Yes, because it reminded me of both of you. Okay, that's not a nice look to get.
And she lived in an attic place.
Yeah, she lived above the school.
Okay. Okay, no, all mine have been used up. Have all yours been used up?
Yes.
Have all yours been used up? So those are our favourites. It's nice that a few of them are the same. I mean, the puppet show was obviously a favourite for us all.
Yes.
Now, after we finished the first season, I thought, you know what would be nice for them to watch? What? Lost Boys, because it's about vampires and it's kind of a comedy teen thing, and it was in the middle of I think it was in the 80s it was released. And how did you enjoy it, Charlotte?
I didn't.
Yeah, because it was a wee bit too horror.
Scary.
Yeah, you don't like scary stuff.
No.
I generally don't like scary stuff, but that's within my threshold.
It's not within mine. I don't know what threshold is.
That.
Not within my binder.
Your
Well, how much
limits.
you can limit your limits?
It doesn't fit in the cup.
Wow. Okay. Your cup runneth over. What did you think, Catherine?
I thought, as far as that we watched of it, which was like not even half an
It was
hour.
halfway. It was an hour.
Was it?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah. Did you finish it?
No.
It's there on the recorder.
I like vampire things.
I am not that great on vampires. I'm worse on zombies. If it was zombies, I can't take some zombies at all. But there used to be on a Friday night in the UK, we had a black and white TV in our bedroom, and you go in after tea and they'd be showing the black and white monster movies, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. No, this was when I was your age and even a wee bit younger, and the werewolf movies and the vampire movies and the mummy movies. They were black and white, so they weren't as scary as you would think, but they were all dramatic and da 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 da.
I quite like mummy movies because like that's something that's old.
Well,
So zombies
yeah, but
vampires are
the most modern mummy movie I couldn't stand because it was a bit too horrific for me. The Tom Cruise one.
I haven't seen it.
It might just be because it's Tom Cruise.
Oh.
But anyway, no, the Brendan Fraser mummy movies, we've got those. We've still, I think I've deleted them all, but they're good. I've really enjoyed them, apart from the third one, which I've never taken the time to enjoy. Right, we did the 3 favourite episodes. Let's talk about our 3 favourite characters. Now, Charlotte, what is your first of your 3 favourite characters in the Buffyverse?
I like Willow.
Willow. Now, she's not on my list.
Well, I have a list of 5.
You've got a list of 5. Is
3
she?
of them are even.
Is she on that list?
Yeah.
Right.
She's one of the bottom.
Tell me why you like Willow.
I don't know, I just like Willow.
Well, she's sort of the innocent character who is studious and is ignored by the popular kids.
But like me.
Oh, true, but oh.
I'm saying I'm studious.
Oh yes.
What does that mean?
You study a lot.
Oh, okay.
You should study a bit more to know what that
Second
means.
spell.
Okay, Catherine, what's your first one?
My first one is Xander.
I have Xander as well.
I don't have Xander.
I like Xander because this is a very there's a lot of females in the main cast in this, and in a good way. And it's nice to have Xander as he's basically the bimbo.
It's like kind of like the assistant in Doctor Who, just like asking the obvious questions, like why are we here?
And it's nice that he's not the one who's always comes in saving Buffy, and Buffy's the one who saves him.
He was first on my list.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I remember him the first time I watched this. His character develops a lot, and he's always this kind of lovable loser guy. If we ever get to season 7, you'll see how it...
Wait, there's 7 seasons?
7 seasons. In fact, there's more because it continued on in comic book form, where Joss Whedon wrote the comic and he called it Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 8. And he went through that.
Is it the same actress the whole way through?
The same actors and actresses the whole way through.
Oh, that's good. I hate when they change it halfway through. It's just like you've got the face to the name, and then they just change the face, and you're just like.
Yet you like Doctor Who.
That's scripted though. It's not like they go, okay, we're going in for face surgery. I might come out looking a bit different, and then she comes out as a different person.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably do it in the Buffyverse as well. Her essence went into this body.
Huh?
Anyway. Yeah, Xander's one of my favourites. I find him hilarious. And it's probably the one I'd laugh out loud.
Yeah.
You're annoyed by my laughing out loud?
Yeah.
Slightly.
No, it's when you're in the cinema and you do it, and you're just like, ha, ha, ha. And then you're just like, okay. Oh, okay.
Is that why you don't want to go to the cinema with me anymore?
No, the reason is COVID-19.
Oh, yeah.
One time I was with my friends. This is kind of like irrelevant, but anyway. And we wanted to open the bag of popcorn, but we didn't want to make too much noise. So I like tried to cough over it, and then it made more noise.
You open it at the start.
Yeah, it was, but there was hardly anyone there. And then
Why if there's hardly anyone
No
there?
wonder if you were coughing.
There wasn't that many people to make such a noise. So then, I was coughing over it, but then I started laughing because everyone was like looking at us.
If that was like nowadays, they just feel like.
Anyway, my first favourite one was Xander, but I'm going to go for Cordelia.
That's her. She's my second.
Cordelia I find very interesting because she starts off as just this snooty, popular teenager, and then you get in behind that where she admits, yes, I'm acting like this so I can fit in, so people will like me. I don't know.
She doesn't really have many friends because she always just pops up. Just like, hey guys, what you doing?
And you can see her now into season 2. She's becoming more part of what will be termed as the Scooby Gang, because they look at mysteries. And it's quite interesting when Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Buffy, got the role, she was 19. And when the actress who plays Cordelia got the role, she was 27.
Yeah, it's like almost 10 years. 8 years.
8 years, yeah. It's a long time. It's a long time. Okay, Charlotte, who's your next?
I chose Giles.
Giles, I have got Giles as well, so that's my list complete. Tell me why you like Giles.
He just represents the British. Even though we're not technically British, but...
It's kind of over-the-top British.
Yeah.
He's actually got more of a Cockney accent. He's quite a well-known actor now, but before that, he was well-known for doing coffee ads.
He was in Doctor Who. He was in the one with...
School Reunion.
Yeah, and then he was the gargoyle one.
Yeah. And he did voiceovers for various things.
They were
They were taking me to vampires, yeah.
Yeah, because they would like, oh, that's cool.
There was rumours that there was going to be a Giles spin-off series called Ripper, because that was his nickname.
The way he kind of knows where every book is in the library.
Well, he's the librarian, so it's his job.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
our librarian wouldn't know where every single book... Well, our librarian left, but she wouldn't have known where every single book
Are you
is.
talking about in school?
Yeah. If you say to her, oh, I'm looking for this book, she would go, oh, go look in this bit.
I'm pretty sure if you asked Giles where is home cooking for beginners, he wouldn't know. Because he's more into the mystic arts books. Yeah, it's weird.
What was the one called where it was the computer? I couldn't figure that out.
Huh?
The one called where it was
With
a computer.
The computer.
Oh,
they
had...
It's like, I know what you mean. The one with the evil guy and...
iRobot Eugene?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Catherine, what was your next one?
Well, my last ones are a group. So Willow, Buffy, and Giles were like equal.
How do you mean equal?
I just view them all as the equal favourite.
Right. It's amazing you're the only one with Buffy on the list.
Yeah, I didn't count her because she's kind of like the main character.
I like her. I found when I watched the movie, there was a bit where the Watcher, whatever his name was, came to see Buffy, and the acting there was terrible. But I could imagine Sarah Michelle Gellar doing those lines, but better.
She sounded like the type of girl who goes...
Okay, that's yes.
I like the fight scenes in it. They're cool.
They're very well choreographed.
This isn't really to do with it, but I also like sword fighting scenes.
That's why you like The Princess Bride. Yeah. Fantastic sword fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our overview of Buffy Season 1. Did we like Buffy Season 1?
Yes.
Did we buy Buffy Season 2?
Yes.
Should we say a special thank you to... Yes. Should we say a special thank you to Caroline and Rob?
Yes.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Special thank you.
Right. Okay, I've no idea how long we'll be watching it, because it gets a bit weird around season 5-ish. The stories get a bit weird. But we'll see. We'll see how we go on.
They're already weird. They're on top of the Hellmouth.
Well, it gets weirder. Okay.
Does the Hellmouth move and they move with it?
Well, they after I think at the end of season 3 they leave school and go to university. So there's that dynamic of it. So, but it's quite interesting, and you've got lots of things. You've got Spike to come. What's that? You're gonna find out. You've got Faith.
Don't mention it unless...
You've got
No, stop.
spin-off series.
Don't mention it unless you're going to tell us about
You've got the dawn of a new era.
I don't care.
No, you don't, but other people do.
It's
Anyway,
going to be a character called Dawn. No.
maybe, but that's a
No.
long time down the road.
No.
That's a long time down the road.
No.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening to us ramble on about Buffy. And if you, I know that Shag hated an episode with his daughter, the precocious princess, which I think is a terrible thing because she's lovely, about the whole of the Buffy series. And that was very interesting. If you go to his podcast, you're bound to be able to find it there. And thank you very much for listening to us. If you would like to contact us about maybe you've got memories of watching Buffy or you've got your favourite episodes, you can.
By going to the start of the podcast and listening to that bit.
You're so lazy. Do it right for our listener. By contacting us email at
mymarksmess@gmail.com
or on Twitter
At Marksmess Podcast without the T.
on our webpage at marksmesspodcasts.blogspot.com or on Facebook.
Marksmess Podcasts.
We wish to thank Josh Woodward of joshwoodward.com for the title music. We will hopefully have another episode out next month. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Maybe we'll see.
We should do all what we're doing in lockdown.
Well, that's a bit boring.
Nothing.
What are you doing? Well, I'm scrolling down my phone and watching things. I'm watching YouTube, and you're watching a lot of Death in Paradise. Anybody out there likes Death in Paradise? You can contact us and let Charlotte know you like it as well.
I prefer DI Pool.
Which one's who? Which one? I've forgotten the name.
Season 1.
Season what? The first one.
Yeah.
Right. So the second one you don't like.
I prefer the first one more.
Well, there's 4 of them. By the time you get through them all.
I think I've seen one episode of the most recent one.
Yeah. They've all got wee quirks.
They're
as
all
well.
British as well.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are, because that's the idea. They all come from London. Apart from one of who was Irish. Yes. Yes, I know. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and we hope you're staying safe and staying well, and as Professor Allen says, staying wise as well. Bye-bye.
Bye.